We have been using Claude for many tasks. Have you ever noticed that every time you start a new conversation with Claude, you end up typing the same instructions again and again? For example, suppose every time you ask Claude to review your code, you type review this code for bugs, suggest performance improvements, check for security issues, follow Python best practices, and explain any changes. So whenever you need a code review, you have to type the same prompt again and again. What if you could teach Claude once and it remembers those instructions whenever you need them? That's exactly what Claude Skills are for. A Claude skill is a reusable set of instructions that teaches Claude how to perform a specific task consistently. In the code review example, instead of repeating those instructions every time, you can create a code review skill with all of your requirements. Whenever you want a review, you simply say, review this code using the code review skill. Claude will automatically find bugs, suggest performance improvements, check for security issues, follow Python best practices. You don't have to repeat those instructions again. Code review is just one example. You can create skills for almost any repetitive task. For instance, you could create a skill to generate API documentation, write SQL queries, summarize meeting notes, create release notes, etc. The idea is simple. If you find yourself giving Claude the same instruction over and over again, that's a perfect candidate for a Claude skill. Create the skill once and let Claude handle the task consistently every time. When working with Claude, you will come across two types of skills: Anthropic skills and custom skills. Anthropic skills are built and maintained by Anthropic. They add extra capabilities to Claude, such as creating and editing Excel spreadsheets, Word documents, PowerPoint presentation, etc. Anthropic skills are available to all paid users and Claude invoke them automatically when it is relevant. Custom skills are skills that you or your organization create for your own workflows. Instead of using the same instructions repeatedly, you package them into a reusable skill. For example, your company might create a skill that automatically applies its brand guidelines to a PowerPoint presentation. So in short, Anthropic skills are built-in skills provided by Anthropic, while custom skills are user-created skills designed to automate specific tasks and workflows. So how to create a Claude skill? Here are two primary ways. First one is create a skill using the Claude UI. This is easiest method. Open Claude Desktop, go to Settings, then Skills. Click Create Skill, enter name and description. Write the instructions for the skill. Save the skill. The most important part of creating a skill is writing the instructions. This is where you teach Claude exactly how to perform the task. A good set of instructions should be include the objective, what is the skill supposed to do, the rules, what guidelines should Claude always follow, the output format, how should the response be structured, constraints, what should Claude avoid or never do. Examples. Show Claude an example of the expected input and output. So this is an example of the description. The more specific and structured your instructions are, the more consistent Claude's response will be. Next one, upload an existing skill. If you already have a skill saved on your computer, you can import it instead of creating it manually. For that, open Claude Desktop, go to Settings, Skills. Click Import or Upload Skill. Select the skill folder or packaged skill from your computer. Claude imports the skill and makes it available for use. When you choose Import or Upload Skill, Claude expects a skill packaged as a folder containing the skill definition and any supporting resources. A typical skill folder looks like this. Let's look at each part. Skill.md. It contains the skill's metadata such as its name and description along with the instructions that tell Claude how to perform the task. Examples folder and resources folder are optional. Example folder contains example inputs and outputs. These examples help Claude understand the expected behavior and response format. Resource folder. This folder contains reference materials that Claude can use while performing the task, such as coding standards, API documentation, style guides, or other supporting documents. Once your skill folder is ready, you have two options: upload the folder directly or package the folder as a zip file. To do this, right-click the skill folder and create the zip file. When you import the folder or zip file, Claude reads the skill.md file, indexes the examples and resources, and makes the skill available for future conversations. Once you have installed the skill, you don't need to manually activate it every time. Simply start a conversation with Claude and ask it to perform a task related to that skill. Claude automatically dictates when an installed skill is relevant and uses it. For example, if you have installed a code review skill, you can simply ask, use the code review skill to review this Python code. Claude recognizes that the code review skill is applicable and uses the instructions defined in that skill to review your code. When Claude uses a skill, it typically displays a notification indicating which skill is being used. This makes it easy to verify that the correct skill has been applied. The key point is that once a skill is installed, you use it just like you interact with the Claude normally. You don't need to reload or configure it for every conversation. Claude automatically applies it whenever it's relevant. So that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.